everybody, just your average Joe here, and today I want to show you a different kind of solar cover reel system. I tried to look at a few different kinds when I was thinking about making one for my pool, and nothing really worked for me, so I wanted to share mine with you. Maybe it works for you. The ones I was seeing had a big pole going across and you needed a lot of space. I didn't really have a lot of space, so what I decided to do was to design one that went kind of just on the back end of the pool. The entire unit is about 2 feet back and about a foot higher than the pool. Now, it works well, but if I were to do it again, I'd probably put it a little bit higher than a foot, just because as you can see, we need to take the edge of the solar cover off a little bit before we get started so it doesn't get caught in the lip of the top. So maybe it would be alleviated if it was a little bit higher, but again, it's really not a problem. It seems to be working really fine. So what we decided to do was to get 2 posts, 4 by 4 by 8. We dug holes 2 feet deep and filled them with cement so it's nice and sturdy. We decided to use fence posts from the garden center, and we basically got 2 8-foot long pieces, which worked out perfectly because the width of my pool is 15 feet. So of course that'll vary on your pool and the size you need. But we were kind of debating on what material to use because we didn't want it to be too heavy or to sag in the middle with the weight of the solar cover. One of the options was PVC, but after reading some about it, it could really get damaged from the sun and crack because it's all dried out, and it doesn't really withstand the weight of the pool. So we chose these fence posts. But inside, this is I think really what makes it work, is inside there's a smaller pole that's just a little bit more narrow than the outer pole, and I think it was 10 feet, so it's really in the center of the system, and it really keeps it nice and sturdy. There's no bowing when the solar cover's on, as you could probably see from the picture at the beginning of the video. And it really has held up well so far in terms of the weight. What we did to secure the inner pole was we actually screwed it to the outer poles, and because we had some of the outside of the screws poking out, we kind of had to cut them down, and then we covered it with black tape so that it wouldn't tear at the solar cover each time it rolled out. What we used to attach the solar cover to the bar were these, and I don't even know how to say it, polypropylene, something like that. Can't say the word, but it's very cheap. We got 100 feet of it, and it worked out perfectly. We got a little Grommet Kit, which we were able to fix to the solar cover, and then we kind of looped it and tied it, and then wrapped it around there. We actually, I'm going to try to bring this. We actually drilled holes into the pole so that way we could loop it through and it's on there nice and sturdy. As far as this end of things, we have this piece of metal which actually is part of the electrical, in the electrical department at Lowe's. We found it, and it was really strong and sturdy, and we basically just got it because it was the perfect fit. Of course, you'll have to measure everything, and I'll put all the measurements of all these materials in the description, but just so you know, all of those fence posts were found in the garden center, and this little handle was found in the electric center. We also have these. Now this is a flange for a pool deck, and it worked perfectly for the size we need, and we just screwed it onto this platform here. So that's a nice strong base for it. We got these T-pieces. These are PVC, and they were found in the plumbing aisle, but it really is just holding it in place for when we reel it. It's just a way to keep it secure in there as we roll it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how it works, and you'll see it's pretty smooth. I did have to put the lip on the outside so it doesn't get caught, but really this whole system is great for making it easier to take the solar cover off, as well as putting it back on. And that really was a problem for us. We'd get out of the pool and nobody wanted to go back in the pool to put it on. And so we didn't put it on. And so it can't do its job if it's not on. So with this system, we're able to just pull it off and it keeps it in place. So even if we're outside of the pool, we can drag it along and put it right back on. So I'm going to give you a little demonstration of what it looks like, and you'll see how easy it is. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but just so you see how it looks like when it gets started, and then you can refer back to the picture at the end, which shows what it looks like when it's all done. So here goes. So as you can see, it's getting on there nice and tight, and it's pretty uniform across. Every once in a while you might have to lift up a corner and make sure it doesn't get caught, but it really does run pretty smoothly. So this wasn't something that I did by myself. I did have help, and it was fairly easy with 2 people. I'm sure you can just do it with 1 person, but I did need a little help with this. And I'm just your average Joe, so if I can do it, you can do it.